Step-by-step economic plan to save South Africa. The new government of national unity, in power since June 2024, has committed to tackling these challenges through Operation Vulindlela, a reform program focusing on energy, logistics, water, data, and e-visas. This context informs the urgency and feasibility of a one-month plan. Step-by-step financial plan. The following plan outlines immediate, high-impact actions that South Africa can take within a month to stabilize the economy, leveraging existing resources and frameworks. Each step is designed to be actionable and responsive to current challenges. Step 1. Declare a national state of disaster for energy and water. Rationale: energy and water shortages are critical bottlenecks. Declaring a state of disaster would enable expedited decision-making, resource allocation, and collaboration, as seen in past crises. Actions: appoint a dedicated task force to oversee emergency measures, including fast-tracking approvals for renewable energy projects and allocating emergency funds for water infrastructure repairs. Launch a national campaign to promote energy efficiency and water conservation, offering incentives like tax breaks for businesses, reducing consumption, and public awareness campaigns for households. Impact: this would signal urgency, mobilize resources, and address the most pressing constraints on economic growth, aligning with recent concerns about 12,000 megawatts of unplanned energy breakdowns and poor water supply systems. Step 2. Launch a national youth employment initiative. Rationale: high youth unemployment, 43.2% for 15 to 34-year-olds, is a social and economic crisis, and creating jobs quickly can stimulate demand and reduce poverty. Actions: partner with the private sector to create job opportunities in sectors like construction, agriculture, and technology, offering tax incentives for hiring unemployed youth. Launch public works programs focused on community development, such as environmental cleanups, infrastructure maintenance, and tree planting, employing youth for short-term projects. Provide training and skills development programs to enhance employability, potentially funded by reallocating existing budgets. Impact: this would immediately address unemployment, boost consumer spending, and lay the foundation for long-term economic growth, drawing from global examples like emergency job programs during economic downturns. Step 3. Commit to fiscal discipline. Rationale: the fiscal deficit is widening to 5% of GDP, and reducing wasteful spending is crucial to stabilize public finances, especially given the need for emergency measures. Actions: announce a review of government spending to identify and cut unnecessary expenditures within the month, focusing on non-essential projects and administrative costs. Establish a task force to improve tax collection efficiency, closing loopholes and ensuring revenue maximization, potentially through digitalization efforts. Temporarily freeze non-essential government hiring and projects to redirect funds to critical areas like energy and water, aligning with austerity measures seen in other economies. Impact: this would demonstrate fiscal responsibility, free up resources for emergency measures, and build confidence among investors, though it may face public resistance due to austerity concerns. Step 4. Prioritize infrastructure maintenance. Rationale: infrastructure bottlenecks, particularly in logistics and energy, hamper economic activity. Quick maintenance can yield immediate benefits, supporting trade and business operations. Actions: allocate funds to repair critical infrastructure such as roads, ports, and railways, focusing on high-impact areas identified through recent assessments. Partner with the private sector to expedite maintenance projects through public-private partnerships, leveraging existing contracts where possible. Impact: improved infrastructure would enhance logistics efficiency, reduce costs for businesses, and support trade, aligning with the need for quick wins in a short time frame. Step 5. Engage with international partners. Rationale: South Africa needs external support to address its energy, water, and infrastructure challenges, given fiscal constraints and the need for technical expertise. Actions: seek technical assistance and investment from international organizations like the IMF, World Bank, and African Development Bank, focusing on emergency aid for energy and water projects. Negotiate with friendly countries for concessional loans or grants to support critical initiatives, leveraging South Africa's position in the G20. Explore opportunities for knowledge transfer and best practices from countries that have successfully addressed similar challenges, such as energy reforms in other emerging markets. Impact: international support can provide immediate relief and long-term capacity building, enhancing the effectiveness of domestic measures. Step 6. Support the central bank's monetary policy. Rationale. Monetary policy is crucial for stabilizing the economy. As of May 2025, the South African Reserve Bank kept the repo rate at 7.25%, with potential for future cuts if inflation remains controlled. Actions. Publicly support the Reserve Bank's efforts to manage inflation while ensuring monetary policy supports economic growth, advocating for maintaining low interest rates to encourage borrowing and investment. Coordinate with the central bank to ensure alignment between fiscal and monetary policies, potentially through joint statements or policy forums. Impact. This would signal confidence in the government's economic strategy and encourage private sector investment. Step 7. Communicate regularly with the public. Rationale. Transparency and public confidence are essential for economic stability, especially during crises. Actions. Hold weekly press conferences to update the public on the progress of these initiatives, highlighting achievements and addressing concerns. Use social media and other platforms to engage with citizens, encouraging participation in conservation efforts and job programs. Impact. Clear communication would build trust, reduce uncertainty, and encourage public support, enhancing the effectiveness of the plan. Step 8. Monitor and adjust. Rationale. Economic conditions can change rapidly, and flexibility is key to success, especially in a one-month time frame. Actions. Establish a monitoring system to track the implementation and impact of these measures, using real-time data from government agencies and private sector partners. Set up a weekly review process to adjust strategies as needed, ensuring responsiveness to emerging challenges. Impact. This ensures that the plan remains effective and adaptable, maximizing its short-term impact. Key considerations and feasibility. Each step is designed to be actionable within a month, leveraging existing frameworks like Operation Vulindlela and building on recent improvements in energy supply. The plan focuses on quick wins, such as declaring a state of disaster, launching employment programs, and cutting wasteful spending, while laying the groundwork for longer-term reforms. Collaboration with the private sector, international organizations, and the public is emphasized to maximize resources and expertise. However, challenges include potential public resistance to austerity measures, the time required for international negotiations, and the complexity of implementing large-scale programs in a short period. The plan acknowledges these complexities and prioritizes immediate, high-impact actions to stabilize the economy. Conclusion. Research suggests that Cyril Ramaphosa can take immediate actions to stabilize South Africa's economy within a month, focusing on energy, water, and unemployment. It seems likely that declaring a state of disaster for energy and water could expedite solutions, given current shortages. The evidence leans toward launching youth employment programs and cutting wasteful spending to boost jobs and fiscal health, though controversy exists around fiscal measures due to potential public resistance. This plan leverages existing frameworks and prioritizes quick wins, acknowledging the complexity of economic recovery and the need for long-term reforms. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.